All right, I have a question for you. At what point can you declare your independence from somebody who claims you to be a part of their system? Do you think you have a right to declare your personal independence from your city? Does your city have a right to proclaim its independence from the state? Does your state have a right to proclaim its independence from the country? Does the country have a right to claim independence from something else? So the reason I ask this question is right now the Brexit vote has moved forward. The Brits voted, a majority of them, that is, that they wanted to be out of the EU. I mean, the very fact that they got into the EU in the first place, I'm not even sure that was even put up to a public vote, but they were part of the EU, and now the people are saying, hey, we want out. Well, at least most of them did. Well, now it's gone through all of these different hoops, and they've been putting up these other roadblocks, and now it's been finally approved, and they're going to be invoking Article 50, meaning that the UK is going to be out of the EU. And now Scotland says, hang on a second, we're not so sure we want to be out of the EU. You can't vote us out. We want to be out of the UK. They've actually already had that vote, and it didn't, I'm not sure if it wasn't allowed or if it didn't pass or whatever happened with that referendum. Well, now Scotland is formally asking once again, we'd like to be out of the UK, please. But they still want to be part of the EU, and the EU has said, no, wait a second, if you're going to be out of the UK, you're going to have to apply all over again to be a part of the EU. You have to start over as a separate entity. Now, the reason I ask this question, you see, is that back in 61, there was a little thing called the Civil War, or we call it this war. You can call it the War for Northern Aggression or whatever you want to call it. But the fact of the matter is, a number of states that were a part of this country said, we don't want to be a part of the country anymore, declared their independence, and lost the war. Go back further than that, the Declaration of Independence, right? The United States of America came into being because the people living here said, we don't want to be your subjects anymore, King George. And they fought and won. Well, maybe at some point the Brits want to put us back under the rulership of Queen Elizabeth or whoever is going to be the new monarch, a few months, years, however long it takes. I'm asking the question at a very serious level because, you see, certain people seem to take it for granted that, yes, it's a good thing for the UK, the United Kingdom, to get out of the European Union. Some also would say it's a good thing for Scotland to be out of the UK, so it wouldn't be a United Kingdom anymore. It would just be England out of the UK, and then Scotland applying separately, wanting to get back into the EU. Do you see the conflict here? I don't think you can have it both ways. Either somebody has a right to make you their subject, or they don't. And you see, if nobody has a right to do that, then why is it that we pay allegiance to all these different layers on top of us? I mean, break it down. Do you believe Alaska has the right to leave the Union? Do you believe California does? Some people are encouraging, yeah, California, go. Or do you think that maybe those in power would fight to keep them under the thumb or the boot or whatever it might be? You see, here in Alaska, the borough, this quasi-county government, whatever you want to call it, in between the state and the city level, has been asserting itself in all number of ways, including this air quality bit. And there's some people at the city level saying, we don't think the city of Fairbanks ought to be a part of these same rules. We want to be exempt. Well, I'd like to be exempt from the city rules, especially when it comes to trash pickup. Look, half the time you come to pick up my trash, you don't take what I put out there. I would like to declare my house independent from the city of Fairbanks. How do you think that would go over? Probably not pretty well. Just throwing it out there for thought. We can talk about it. I'd love to engage you. Send me an email, steve@radiofreespeech.com. Thanks.